It's Dale, man.
It's Dale, man.
Let's start it.
I'm Dale.
I'm Dale.
It's 6:40 already, huh? Why'd I wake up as early as I did?
Yeah,
Miffed and peeved.
miffed and peeved. That's a way of saying like you're angry or you're mad.
Don't be miffed and peeved.
Miffed. Don't be miffed and peeved.
I know it.
It's a real world. It's real.
It's real.
I don't.
That's a real one?
I don't use it, but it's
Not in your vocab? Down to dunk.
Yes.
This is Stephen Adams. Don't be miffed and peeved. No, you can't be miffed and peeved. Sorry. This is Stephen Adams. You can't be miffed and peeved because you're listening to Down to Dunk.
Dale, man.
Scared money don't make none.
Good morning and welcome to episode 8 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on CLNS Media, dailythunder.com, radio at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, anywhere you subscribe to your podcasts. I am Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew.
Hey, I'm Drew.
Taylor.
I'm a slave for you. Andrew.
I'm glad you didn't continue that. I could tell how uncomfortable you felt trying to look at me when you were saying that.
I did feel very uncomfortable very quickly.
And Jay. This is Jay. Guys, welcome.
No,
Andrew.
You changed it.
I'm glad you're here.
It was
Thank
It's
you.
Jay. I was a little too.
Oh, yeah.
It's Jay.
It's Jay.
Hey, it was still good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, Taylor, that was a good song. I personally would prefer Toxic.
Hey, what was it? What was it? There was like a dog that.
It was a dog that did like the whine that
Yeah.
what he just did.
Have you heard that?
And it sounds just like it.
It's really-
I love how people like. Have you ever seen the one where they throw a shovel onto like a frozen pond and it does the opening guitar thing from Nirvana? It Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's awesome. And then they will eventually add it into the song.
Yes,
It's
I
so
love
good.
that. I love
that about
I
the
love
internet.
you. Oh, what?
Oh my gosh.
What? Oh no.
I'm
So-
already at I'm a race car in red this morning. These guys we just started. I'm already just steaming mad.
So not much has happened with the Thunder. So the trade last week we broke down last Friday. They did sign Hamidou Diallo
Yeah, they did.
to a
Doody.
3-year, $4 million contract. Thoughts, feelings?
I mean, obviously, the good thing or the cool thing for me is it affirms, obviously this team's high on him. And I think Michele and you talked about this, is that there were rumors that if Diallo would have came out last year, the Thunder were targeting him with their first round pick. And so it makes me feel like we're not dumb for being that high on him after Summer League.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the Thunder think this guy's legitimate and gave him a roster spot. I mean, everything I've seen from him really speaks to that. He went to Empire Slice Pizza last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know how you just really become any more favorable in my eyes than that. Hey, I listened after last week. I listened to Michael Jackson's version of that song too. Man, they're both pretty good.
They are both good. Which one gets you more hyped?
Alien Ant Farm
Alien
get you
Ant Farm.
hyped.
It's good.
Oh yeah,
Hyped.
you get hyphy to AAF.
That's true.
So I don't know. I mean, I think the question, and we'll answer this. There are people that have questions about kind of the rotation and the wing options. There's no way, because the other things that have happened since the last time we got together, Dakari was traded.
Whew.
Hallelujah. And then Daniel
I'm so
Hamilton was
excited about
traded.
that. Yeah. Oh, he wasn't traded. He was signed by the Atlanta Hawks. I'm just so excited that I was really afraid that Daniel Hamilton was going to become my Samaj Christian for this year.
Yeah.
It seemed like that was going to happen. And he already kind of is, because the minute that he signed with Atlanta, I had 30 people just at me, just be like, how happy are you?
Yeah.
And the answer is, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I think I put this out there in our little text message thread, but the fact that the Thunder have basically, so let's talk about the guys that aren't coming back. Corey Brewer, Hustis, Mello, Collison, Dakari, Daniel Hamilton, which really doesn't count, but it kind of does. He played.
He's a two-way.
He's a two-way. So you lose at least that collection of guys, and most of them non-contributors to add, and they've added all of these guys, which I don't think all of them obviously will be contributors this year. But if you look at Jason Waterfalls, aka Timothy Muwawu, Carrots,
Timothy Muwawu, TLC.
Luwawu. Anyway, so if you look at the collection of guys, like you could legitimately, and maybe I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid too early, but you could legitimately see almost all of these guys playing at some point.
Yeah,
TLC, I could see Diallo playing.
They fit the modern NBA.
Right.
That's the thing, is because you looked at Dakari and you're like, that's cool that they signed him. I was just afraid that they're going to start this like Thunder U thing. Well, Josh Eustace went through the D League and now he's on the Thunder because he served his time. Dakari has served his time. Welcome to the Thunder. You've served your time. Come on in. Daniel Hamilton, now you've done it. You come on in. And they stopped it, which is great.
It's a very Suicide Squad version of the Thunder that would be unexciting.
Right. And it is. It's one of the main criticisms I've had of the Thunder over the years is that just because you were a second round pick and you played in the G League for a couple of years, that means that you get to make the Thunder team. Like that shouldn't be the way it is.
Yeah.
I know the Thunder really did like Dakari, but he played great in the summer league, and that's why I was like, yeah, you know what? He's probably going to be on the roster. It's great that he's not, because I just don't think that there's a spot for him. And now that they have Nerlens there and they have Jeremy Grant that can play backup center, they just don't really need another guy like that. And so I really love what they're doing. I don't know if any of these guys will work out. I don't know which guy I favor over who when it comes to like Nader or Burton or guys like that. But
the team probably doesn't know yet.
That's what I think training camp is going to be really exciting for that reason.
I have a challenge for us.
Okay.
There's 4 of us here.
Okay.
Each one of us has to pick a guy. Whichever one has the most. What do you guys want to decide on? The most raw stats, or like the top 3 sets? So points, rebounds, assists.
The most,
and then total.
I mean, I think
so.
Minutes.
Whichever player.
Wouldn't you just think minutes is the? If we're taking all these,
could a player be
players,
better than another one, even if they didn't play as many minutes?
Yeah, I mean that was Ferguson and Abrinas last year. But
yeah,
although Abrinas wasn't great really until the end of the season.
Yeah,
but I think we'll be able to tell like who was the best this year. So each one takes someone.
Can we wait to see who fills out the last? So the Thunder more than likely.
This is called gambling.
Royce isn't reporting this; he's just saying this. But all indications point to the fact that Singler will not be on this roster come regular season.
Royce is hearing that from specific people.
Yeah,
that was gonna be mine.
So you look at
from Kyle.
You look at the fact that
I'm not going to be on the team
the
anymore.
Thunder. Now the option is the Thunder normally hold on to an empty roster spot, right? Like they have in the past.
Yeah.
So there's one of these remaining guys that's Hervey Hall Dozier is going to receive a 2-way. My assumption is the other 2 will be relegated to the G League, right? And the Thunder still own their rights and all that stuff, right? Even if they go to the G League.
As long as they tender them an offer.
Okay.
And those guys will.
Okay. So all that to say, like, we don't know really. Like, you could take Hervey and Hall out. I think if I was going to guess, Dozier would get the other 2-way.
That's going to be mine.
Or Dozier will get the 15th spot.
That's the question, right?
You can also pick Abrinas or Ferg.
Yeah.
Abrinas, Ferg, Diallo, and TLC. Out of those 4,
Burton.
Do you want to pick Burton? I assume Andrew's going to pick Burton.
I love Deontay Burton. I just don't.
But we're all going to pick one of these guys that will be the most impactful. Basically.
Right now. Do it right now.
Okay. Terrence Ferguson.
Abrinas.
Okay.
Jason Waterfalls.
Oh, I'm picking Diallo. I think he's going to beat him out.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
Yep. And
19-year-old.
The winner.
Diallo.
The winner gets.
So is it?
We won't know until
the
end of the season?
June of next year.
Yeah.
No, I think we're just gonna be like, guys, it was clear that this player was better than the other 3.
I don't know.
I don't know that we'll reach. Could you reach that conclusion last year with Abrinas and Ferguson?
That's a good point.
I don't know. Ferguson's gonna play a lot. I think that he will be the guy over Abrinas, as he was most of last year. He's bigger. If you've seen the Instagram pictures of him,
Yeah,
muscle watch.
He's bigger than Abrinas now.
No,
I don't know. He's bigger than Abrinas, but he's bigger.
Oh, you're just saying he's bigger.
Bigger
in
than he
general.
was last year.
year.
I don't know. You're either getting better or you're getting worse, man. And
True.
Ferg is getting better, man.
But I mentioned this a few weeks ago with Steven Adams. Like, I think there's this part of me that, like, if I don't see an Instagram of them working out, like, I just believe that they're just sitting around.
right.
It's like Alex Abrinas. Like, I've seen him get married and
Yeah,
not work out. So
I know, I've
obviously
been
he's not doing
Just
it.
been eating cake and drinking
What
champagne.
have you been
Smoking
doing,
all
Alex?
cigarettes.
Explain yourself.
Smoking cigarettes.
I figured out that the guys that you see training videos of them are trying to pull the wool over your eyes, like Carmelo. Like, there's a reason they're doing that and putting
Yeah.
out hype videos of them doing like
It's like that was the one time they were
two-step
working out
dunks.
this
The
week.
hard,
Yeah.
the hard one was last year. Victor Oladipo. He was
Oh.
muscle watch last summer.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I mean, I remember like people that knew. I was like, come on, he's not going to change. He's not going to be that different. And
And
he
he
showed
is
up. It's
a-
like, oh, he's a totally different person.
He's
So,
amazing. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Like the Melo stuff. I love Nate Jones said, like, please, I don't ever need to see another Melo working out video.
and when Taylor said he's gonna do one of these every summer until he's dead.
I know, right?
I like that a lot.
True. Hey, thank you, Luke.
Did you
Hey,
see
great
Diallo's video though that he posted? There's like
No.
a 20-minute workout video on YouTube of Hamidou Diallo doing his workout.
He doesn't
Probably
know how
not-
to edit yet.
Probably not worth your time.
Is he working out with the Thunder, or is it just an independent
It's
one?
by himself.
Hey,
So he's obviously here in town. Like he signed his deal.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna start
He's
putting
here.
him in. Like
He went to Empire?
He's my roommate.
Mhm.
Moved in with me.
Okay, Empire. He moved in with Luke. Is Empire the best pizza?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
You guys been to Halls?
Yeah, I've been-
Dude, give
No,
me
I
Empire
have not.
sauce
Halls is
all
good.
day over Halls.
Halls
have-
is
Real?
good.
I love Halls.
Halls
haven't
is
been.
good, but
I've heard it's good.
Halls is good. It's not empty.
It's different pizza. It's different kind of pizza.
Barely. You can get a pepperoni pizza at both places.
Okay, but you
Yeah,
know what I
but
mean? It's like
Foghorn Leghorn right now.
For
I would
real.
eat a whole large by myself.
for
The,
real.
the funky mushroom or whatever it's called at Empire Slice.
That's the beat. The
Fungus
Rocksteady,
Among Us.
isn't it? Oh, the
Fungus
fungus
Among Us is good.
Yeah.
Is real good.
No question.
All right. Hey guys, Mello had
shout out the Balls Pizza.
Papa John's.
racist. Racist.
Jay's off the podcast. Don't worry, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't like Papa John's before, but now I'm only ordering Papa John's.
Hey,
I'm not really.
All I want for
I hate Papa
John's,
John.
just give me like a gallon of their garlic butter.
They mess.
For
They
real.
are racists. One.
They're
And
not
two-
anymore. He's
all
gone.
of them.
And two. I don't know.
They
It
took-
trickles down from the top.
Racism is a trickle down effect.
Yeah, but the other thing is that they messed up my order. Like this was months ago, and they said I could get a free pizza, and I could never redeem it. They just gave me the runaround.
it's because they're racist.
Racist.
Let's move
They
on.
took the poison pill.
You know what else happened in Thunder news this week is Carmelo Anthony is still a big weirdo with absolutely no ability to think logically or normally about himself.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He talked to Jamel Hill and just basically repeated what he said at media day.
But then said, I've never said this before he said
Yeah.
what he said. And it's
Thunder
like,
didn't have a plan. They didn't have a training camp. I kind of had to just do what I wanted to do.
we
on
didn't
my
say they
own.
didn't have a training camp, but the fact is that they did have a full training camp together to plan and make plans for him to be on the roster. And it's weird. He's doing is he's trying to cover for himself for this
Yeah.
last year.
Yes,
yeah,
He's
I
trying to
get
give
it.
here's the reasons.
I get it.
Let me give you the list of the reasons why I wasn't as good last year.
Yeah,
And here's why I'm going to be awesome with the Rockets is because this and this
Yeah.
and this.
I get it.
I know how to
I
play
get it.
this game. And
This doesn't hurt my feelings.
no, it doesn't hurt
this
my
doesn't-
feelings either. It's just annoying to me.
Well,
Yeah.
we're getting to
Because we
The
got
more annoying.
bamboozled.
He's got to swallow his pride in so many ways. One, being waived.
but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. Swallow
Huh?
my pride. Turn it inside out. Find nothing but faith in nothing.
Eve
Oh,
6.
yeah.
Eve 6. Come on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Weird.
I'm there.
You're a little
Um,
slow on the mute button today. It depends on the week.
He's happy. Andrew's
He's happy. He has a
today,
good
man.
day.
He is.
He didn't think he could be
I'm
here.
about to-
Nice
I'm
here.
about
He
to-
was surprised that he's
I'm
here.
surprised. I'm gonna have a baby soon. I'm on the Fripod.
Hopefully today or tomorrow.
Everything is great.
He's about to be a triple daddy.
So, yeah, you're right. He's covering up for himself. But he had another interview yesterday where he affirmed once again that he's not coming off the bench. He said, "I know this game too well." I was trying to get your drop, man.
Oh man.
Hey, P, they said I got to
Mute Luke quick.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Hey, it's.
Penis
I don't
in
know what the Rockets think is gonna happen.
It's the same thing we thought was gonna happen. We think he's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna win everything.
seriously, Rockets fans on Twitter are really talking about Carmelo like, well, if he can be like Olympic Melo, it's going to be great.
It's
It's like,
Hey,
really? We had
let's-
this conversation last
yeah,
year.
but I'm sure people last year thought that about what we were saying.
I can't wait until the Rockets
Yeah.
the Rockets thing doesn't work, and then the Lakers get him next summer, and then they're
and say
like,
the same thing.
"Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
he's going to start next to
Yeah.
LeBron."
It's yeah.
And he's going to say, "You know what? It just didn't work. It wasn't a good fit. You know,
Yeah.
we were. It happened so close to training camp.
Me and
Didn't-
D'Antoni, we just
Yeah.
couldn't get on the same page. It's the same bullcrap. And all I can think about was that Portland game where Russ fouls out or techs out.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And
Yes.
Melo had like embarrassingly wide open shots to take the
Yeah.
lead to win
Yeah.
the game.
I remember. Yeah,
And
I was at the game.
just-
He had 3 shots. He had
Oh.
one like down the stretch, and then he had
Wide
two,
open.
2 at the end.
He just in part
In
of it,
rhythm.
He may play better in Houston. Like you mentioned that. I think it's
He probably will.
OKC fans need to be okay with the fact that he may be better, but he will not. There's no way you can look back on the Thunder season and blame the Thunder for the way Carmelo Anthony played.
No.
He got wide open. He got open looks.
Yeah.
He just missed everything.
For me?
Yes, you.
Even if he makes them next year, if he shoots 43% from 3, awesome.
won't.
I'm just saying, if he does, he's still going to suck on defense.
That is the truth.
That's
And he's
true.
still going to be targeted over and over and over again. I read the stat that the Jazz, when they were switched onto Carmelo, when a guard switched onto Melo in the playoffs, they scored 1.22 points per possession on Carmelo Anthony.
Oof.
Just for that would be the best offense in the NBA, period.
Yeah. And they don't have the Rockets now have no one to cover him up besides PJ Tucker.
Yeah, but what they also have is now they have 2 guys in their rotation, like major rotation players that are guys that will be targeted. Really 3. So Gerald Green is technically part of your rotation
Yeah.
too. Like he's not a good defender either.
I just don't know how you can look at them and think they haven't taken a step back. Everyone wants to give them the benefit of the doubt.
True.
And
And they probably have earned that last year.
that's but I just don't know
Wait.
if the Thunder did this. Let's say the Thunder had a great season last year and we lost 2 key rotation
You
players.
lost Dre
We lost Andre Robertson
and
and somebody else, Jeremy Grant. Let's say that we lost those 2.
That's exactly who.
And that we brought in, and that Melo failed in Houston, and that we were bringing him in, and then we also signed Michael Carter Williams and Gerald Green, and be like, you know what, we're going to be better this year. Everybody be like, man, the Thunder are terrible. What is wrong with them?
I was gonna say, as Thunder fans, we should not allow anyone to give anyone the
Benefit of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt anymore
But
because we're never given the benefit of the
just
doubt.
let
Man.
him. Just,
yeah,
just let him live.
you're absolutely
No.
right.
Even now, people are like, well, is Dennis Schroeder really? Is he a negative value coming into the
Yeah, it's
Thunder?
like Dennis Schroeder. I don't
It's
like
give
that.
me a break.
But the one thing I will say is that the Vegas odds for championship went down
Yeah, as they should.
for the Rockets
Yeah.
immediately upon
Yeah,
the
maybe
Melo.
we're just like mocking people, like a very small percentage of people right now.
I
Or
think
we
most people realize they're taking a step back.
We
Yeah.
could possibly be mocking people that don't exist.
Mock.
There is also something
Yeah.
I think it was on the Dream Team is you all talked about Daryl Morey doesn't bat 1,000. Like it's not he sometimes takes hits on big names and it doesn't work out. And
Yeah.
I think that's a reality.
Dwight Howard, Ty
Yeah.
Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. Daryl Morey did a great job over the last few years creating. Like that team last year was the most Warriors created team.
It was great.
I think you also have the potential of having a very disgruntled Clint Capella. Like, I don't know. Like, what does that work? I mean, obviously they're going to still pay him and he's going to get a 4 or 5 year contract that's worth a lot of money, but there's a chance I don't know. I just wonder how that dynamic's going to be. I don't think you can do much if you're there for 4 or 5 years unless you get in and you're like, hey, guess what? I want to trade. And they're going to be like, hey, we can't trade you. Nobody wants centers, obviously.
And then they're going to trade Kawhi.
Nobody
The
wants
Raptors are going to trade Kawhi Leonard for Clint Capella.
Wow.
And Kawhi's going to say,
Oh.
I'm done with Masai Ujiri.
I'm going to just die laughing when Kawhi signs a 5-year max next year with the Raptors.
It could happen.
It's going to be the greatest moment of the last few years.
I also like that Jay said no one wants sinners.
No one wants.
No
sinners.
one
no
wants
one wants
No
singers.
one wants them.
Hey guys,
So I'm just tired of
Singers.
Melo, and you know who I'm really tired about, Luke?
guys, oh my
Anthem
God.
beer.
Tired of
No,
I'm tired of not
Wait,
talking
wait,
about
wait,
Anthem
wait.
beer.
Guys, well, if
No,
you're
not
tired
yet.
about
I'm not there yet.
guys, if you're gonna be tired about that, this is gonna be 100 times worse. KD got into some Twitter beef with CJ McCollum because someone.
What happened?
Should I play this the whole time?
So someone asked CJ McCollum had KD on his podcast. Someone from Barstool Sports asked CJ McCollum if it's okay to call Kevin Durant the B word.
Yeah.
It's like the Barstools guy.
Yeah,
Right?
big cat.
Big cat.
I just you guys into Barstool?
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
Me either.
I listen to them very, very, very rarely, but
Yeah.
he's my favorite guy from them.
Feels
He's
very
funny.
white male douchey,
Uh,
which
yeah,
we kind of are.
kind of. But and so CJ
Yeah.
McCollum said that he understood why it happened, but it's like getting into a fight with a rival gang, and then
The analogies were so bad.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
confusing.
and then joining with your getting into a fight with a rival gang with your brother, then leaving your brother and joining the gang and beating up your brother.
Yeah.
That was his analogy.
Yeah.
And KD
Sure felt like that.
KD then
Yeah.
said that was a jerk thing to say because he was on his podcast, and then started commenting and responding to anyone that commented at him on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was deleted. He deleted it all within an hour and a half, but
Ooh.
he still looks like a big idiot.
B-word.
Twitter is just so bad for
Well,
KD.
so is Instagram. That's where he had
Everything
the
is-
burner account.
Everything
Social
is
media.
bad. Everything is bad for
Even
him online.
reporters talking to him.
Anything
Right. Videos posted of him.
anything that requires self-restraint, he's bad at.
You're exactly right.
You
Because
know?
most NBA players have people in their ear whenever things like this happen and say, hey, dude, just chill out for a minute. Set your phone down over there. And if in 5 minutes you still feel the same, go grab it and do your thing. And then most of the guys are like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is just sitting right there, just
Well,
hammering away.
and does this not like it makes me think that his guys, his handlers or whatever management are just like, oh, Katie's there, he's gonna get us a lot of money,
Yeah.
and they're just kissing his butt all the time,
could-
letting him do
that could
whatever
be.
so that they
And I
can
thought,
keep
I don't
that
know if you guys
contract.
listened to the CJ podcast, but it felt like the most unfiltered Durant that we've had, that nobody was sitting with him but CJ, and they were able
Yeah.
to just really have a conversation. And it was it was really interesting. And one of the things that came out was that he said that they did a word association game. And
this is dumb too.
he said, CJ said Oklahoma City, and he said home, and it was just like instant.
Mm.
And then he said afterwards, he said cupcake, and then Kevin's like, "Why you gonna say that, man?" And then he says San Francisco, and then Kevin like tries to like go back to cupcake after that, and then CJ has to bring it up again, and then he's like, San Francisco, and he's like, it's chill, super chill. It was just such a
super chill.
It was such a weird segment because I don't know. Royce has talked about this for a long time. Kevin Durant is not going to play for the Warriors for much longer. Even the Warriors were worried about it, that he was going to leave after this year. And they didn't know that he was going to even stay until next year. And now it just affirms like so many things that he's not comfortable in the state that he's in right now. He should be on top of the world. He should be standing on the NBA mountain right now, on top of everybody, laughing, working out, posting videos of him working out and saying, I'm coming for you next year again, and I'm going to kill you again.
Well,
But instead, he's online talking to everybody,
yeah.
trying to prove that he is the best. Instead, he should be letting his game do the talking,
And
but he just can't do it.
It seems like Warriors fans like him for what he's giving them,
Yeah.
and they love Steph. And I think
Yeah.
like I think KD can feel that like, oh, they just like what I give them, not they don't
That's
like
why-
me.
That's why I think the next logical move for him is somewhere where he's the only guy, like the Knicks. Like I think I wouldn't go play for the Knicks.
Oh man,
I don't think that's what
But
really
to go
what,
be the king of New York, you immediately make the Knicks,
Yeah.
way better contender potentially in the East. Not really Boston.
Him and Zinger?
Philly. You'd have to do some other things.
Oh, yeah.
to really get there.
Him and Zinger and
I think what
Knox.
actually
Knox. Hey, man.
I think the
Don't
thing that
knock
would
it.
have been best for him
Jay, you're muted
is
forever.
how the Thunder have a very tight. Jay is out of the room. Okay, what I think would have been best for him, the Thunder, how they have a very controlled what they let the players say. They're very controlling. That or that kind of atmosphere is obviously best for Durant.
Yeah.
To where it's like, hey, don't go out there and just say whatever, like, because you look like an idiot.
Someone is telling
I wouldn't
him.
I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't say the Thunder are controlling. I would just say that they're aware of everything.
Yes, they're aware of perceptions of their players.
Yeah, and they coach, but they don't say like, Russell, you can't say this.
Yeah,
or Russell, you can't talk like this. You're gonna need to stop here.
But they restrict access to some of them.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
That's
yes.
what I mean.
Okay.
Is that you can't just have open access, like, and just
Oh yeah.
have someone with the team, like with KD, be like, hey man, like, tell me what you tweet and I tweet it for you.
Someone is telling KD like, hey man, just talk,
Just
like
be
get it
yourself,
out. Just be yourself, get out of there. And he's using that to like react.
Yeah.
He's not using it to be comfortable with himself. He's using it as justification to like talk back to 14.
Okay, whenever this song's over, we're done talking about
But it's a
Durant.
negative thing too, because he's looking at all these things that the 14-year-olds are saying, and it's getting to him.
Yes.
Like, guess what? That probably shouldn't matter.
This is not
It
healthy. This is not healthy the
not.
way he's dealing with it. And that's why everyone's giving you crap, because it's like, whoa, what are you doing? And to him, he's like, why is everyone picking on me? Why does everyone think I'm upset?
Yeah.
Why can't I talk?
Because, dude, you're like,
Yeah.
Also, we're comparing you to LeBron, who is seriously perfect at this stuff. Besides the Heat stuff, and besides those 2 years where he was a villain,
All right, Anthem
LeBron is perfect
Brewing
at this.
Company.
Okay, talking about something that's perfect is Anthem. They got 2 new beers. We got 2 new beers coming from Anthem, tap room exclusives. You gotta go to their tap room, drink these beers.
Drink these beers.
They are coming out.
They are coming out.
One is called Natalie, and one is called Totally Fancy. They are saisons. Jay, tell me
Am
what
I back?
Jay,
Welcome
you
back,
go
Jay.
I'm
back.
so proud of myself for such an awful joke.
Yeah, don't knocks it.
Don't knocks it
Totally Fancy is a dry
till you
hop
tries it.
apple saison. Jay, tell me what to expect with these beers.
Yeah, so saisons, they're technically kind of in the pale ale family, but they have a little more kind of fruit notes. They're a little not sour-y,
A little more saison.
but they're definitely refreshing. And then one of them, I think you said this, is it's a dry hop, which dry hop is at the end of the whole process. You throw hops in, and it really
wet.
It's
wet
more
hops.
dry hop is more aroma than it is taste.
Okay.
And so, but it's gonna have a great finish. And then the apple, I mean, it's gonna be a really refreshing beer.
Sounds like a beer you drink and you go,
Ooh, yeah,
that's good.
yeah. That is like exactly how your palate would respond to drinking a delicious saison. But they're exclusive to the tap room, and so if it's gonna be supposedly maybe a rainy weekend. And
we need it.
Lord,
Yesterday-
my grass.
Yesterday it was like 80 something degrees. It was
It was really
I
nice.
loved it.
Yeah.
It was great. I think today's too. And
I
then
went
so
out-
guys, if
I
it's
sat outside
raining-
at a patio somewhere last night, and I wasn't miserable. It's
guys,
great.
well, if you're looking to sit inside, but inside, tap room's
inside, but you can see the outside.
but you can see the outside because it's rainy. You don't want to be outside. Don't
Yeah,
get rain
right.
in your beer, dilute the flavor. Go to the tap room. Check
Dilute
it
the
out.
flavor
It's going to
with
be really
rain.
good. These 2 new saisons, the Natalie and the Totally Fancy, sound delicious. I can see them in my future, and I want you to share that with me.
as well.
Yeah. it's
Hey, so
gonna be good.
KD sucks. Did we end up just kind of landing
That's
at that
it.
place where he
we can
just
go
yeah,
back to
he
that if you
sucks.
want.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go back.
We're
to
done
it.
talking about him.
For me, I've grown so. Did y'all ask this Twitter question?
Proud of you.
I've grown so tired of the Kevin Durant conversation. Like it's just it's annoying
It's
on every
exhausting.
single level. And
Yep.
Exhausting. William_CG asked this question. You didn't ask this one?
No, because Andrew put us on a timer and we couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's
But
over.
he asked a
But I do
question
like this
about
question.
KD, and it was, would you rather have him constantly have to justify joining Golden State or listen to a recording of Taylor singing Bombastic by Shaggy on loop for the rest of your life? Bombastic.
Bombastic, very fantastic.
That sounds
Mr. Bombastic, very fantastic.
Ooh.
Sounds a lot better.
All
I
right.
would like that.
I
Okay.
just like the question. I don't
Now
really
let's
care.
get into the Twitter questions proper. And our first Twitter question comes from @the_Sternlicht, who wants to know,
Shout out Austin.
are Diallo and Ferguson the real life version of the Spider-Man meme? which if you guys don't know, which I don't know how you wouldn't, it's everywhere. It's it's from an old like cartoon. It's two Spider-Mans pointing at each other because they're the same person.
They're pretty similar.
Both crazy athletic.
So Ferguson, I think, just even watching Summer League after 1 year of Ferguson
Mm-hmm.
and Diallo, their games are different.
Mm-hmm.
I think Diallo's a little more of a potential slasher than Ferguson is.
Yeah.
I think Ferguson's a 3D. Like, that's just lock him up for that being his thing, in my mind. Like, I don't think he's going to do much else. I could see Diallo.
Wow, Jay.
I mean, maybe I'm selling him short.
Wow.
It just seems so unnatural this summer, which I know it's Summer League. There's tons of caveats to that, but it makes
20.
me.
It's 20
It's
years
true.
old.
It's true. But to see this from Diallo already as a 19-year-old,
yeah,
like, it just makes me think that there will be a different aspect of his game. And I would even say maybe Diallo's. No, I don't want to say that. More athletic. Diallo's so athletic.
Then who?
It's crazy.
Than Ferguson, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, they're both very athletic.
Who his team is now.
He could be.
Is that who you
insane.
picked? Is that who you picked for your person?
No, I picked Abrinas. I can't pick against my son.
I got you. I understand.
What do you think? I mean, what do you think about the difference between those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to have similar roles on this team as 3-and-D type of guys. I don't know if you'll see a whole lot. They're both great in transition. They're both able to finish at the rim, and I think the key difference right now is that I think that Ferguson, you have to give him more of the benefit of the doubt from the 3-point line than you do Diallo.
Yeah, it could be trusted a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, Diallo just is not a shooter, and so he did well in Summer League.
He just looks, but I think there's something to be said about guys, and I think Michele said this as well, looking at TLC, in the sense of there's a difference between looking at a guy like Andre Robertson and saying he'll never be a 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
and looking at a guy like Diallo or TLC and saying, man, their mechanics are good.
Yeah, I just worry about Diallo from the free throw line.
Oh, that was yes, abysmal.
And so, I mean, that's
the problem. Absolutely,
you can draw a correlation between
extrapolate
those
that
two.
for sure.
And that's where TLC does get the benefit of the doubt because he does hit his free throws.
Except for that was Nader. Nader missed 4 in a row. Did you ever see that highlight? So I went on a deep dive on Nader just to figure out. Nader's an over 35% 3-point shooter on like normal NBA attempts. Like he got minutes for Boston.
Yeah.
There was a game he shoots 75% from the free throw line regularly, and they were down, and he got fouled on a 3-point shot and missed 4 straight free throws. It's like the Boston Celtics. You know why all the Celtics fans hate him? That exact moment.
It's funny because everyone, if you look at Reddit and stuff like that, they're like, he's the Celtics Kyle Singler.
Yeah.
But the difference to me is that Boston, all their wings are good. Every single one. And if you were just slightly worse than all of them, then you just suck.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, let me tell you about the people that have been on the Thunder for the last few years on the wing. It doesn't take a whole lot. And so he is definitely not as good as all those other wings for Boston, but it doesn't mean that he can't be an NBA player. And I also don't know that he is an NBA player. Sure. I think the Thunder like him and that they want to give him a shot. I think he's on the roster, and we'll see what happens through training camp. But he's interesting. But Diallo and Ferguson, I think that Ferguson is going to get a lot of minutes this year. You want me to take a picture of you?
Oh my gosh! Make sure it's in portrait mode.
I just think, and the reason I even mentioned the ability, I think potentially for Diallo to slash is, I was genuinely shocked watching him dribble, move the ball. Like, for a guy that I had heard so much about being such a raw athlete, like, because that was kind of the thing. I think you even jokingly said it's like he is the most thundery guy.
Yeah,
an athlete that they can turn into a basketball player. Like, he looked like an actual basketball player.
He was way better than I thought he would be in Summer League. I didn't think that we'd see more than that. We saw some great dunks from him. I thought that that's what we would see. But he hit shots. He was able to move the ball in the fast break. I thought he was a lot better than I thought he would be. And I think the Thunder got him on a great deal. I'm excited for him. I wouldn't count on him this season, but I think that going forward that he's going to have a shot. Yeah. And it also allows you to look at a guy like Terrence Ferguson and trade him and say, like, if Diallo does work out and if Ferguson plays good minutes this year, then you can use him and whoever else to get a player that maybe makes a little bit more sense to the roster.
It hurts my heart to say this, but you could put Singler and Abrinas together That's $10 million of outgoing contract. Like,
Yeah.
That's
You can go get a
and Abrinas is. I mean, they haven't extended him yet. They may be trying to. Like they may try to do that. Was it October before?
yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. Depends what Abrinas wants.
Mhm.
3 million? 5 million?
What a Braden's wants.
Okay.
What a brainers needs.
Whatever makes Sabrina's happy will set you free. Now let's move on to our next Twitter question. Next Twitter question comes from @RWarrenBeck, who wants to know, as presently constructed, rank OKC's
Beck?
roster of wing options. What is the ceiling for each? Are there any dark horses that could make a major impact and sneak up and do some damage?
So we talked a lot. We've talked a lot about this,
damage.
and it kind of fits into what Taylor's little weird wager was.
Yeah.
I mean, who actually do you consider? Like, do you think? So here, let me ask this question just to help us get there in a different way. Burton, does he actually get real minutes for the Thunder?
I think he'll get a shot.
Do you consider him a wing, like one of the wing
Oh yeah.
options? Okay.
Oh yeah.
A
Oh,
little
yeah.
winger.
So let's rank these guys:
Mhm.
TLC,
Okay.
Ferg, Abrinas, Diallo, Burton.
Singler.
No, yeah, single.
KD.
So let's rank it this way: who's going to get the most minutes?
Ferguson.
Who's second on that list?
I think that you have to. Did you say Abrinas
Yeah.
is a part of that group? I think you have to go with Abrinas and then TLC. I think those are the three guys that will
get real
that will get
rotation minutes.
that will get minutes and that will get a real look. One of those guys is not going to play a lot.
If I had to bet, it's Sabrina's.
I know. I would agree with that, and it's a little frustrating because everyone's like, "Man, the Thunder just need shooting. When are they going to get some shooting?" Well, they have Abrinas. He's a good shooter, but I just don't. I think that Billy favors Ferguson, and I think that he may favor
Seems like the players favor Ferguson too.
Timothy.
I would say that, but Billy, gosh, no. Billy trusted him for game
In the playoffs,
5?
he did.
and then immediately had such a short leash in game 6,
Mhm.
leash in game 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I think I would rank them the same as far as what I assume the minutes are. I still like, because of Abrinas' assumed consistency from the 3-point line. Like I would like to see him get more minutes. And I don't know if they'll ever run lineups, like if they'll get a little riskier with lineups. And you'll probably see him because Donovan just uses the whole regular season to experiment. But to be able to see a lineup that does have Alex, could you play Alex and Ferguson? Could Alex get some of those? Not that it matters, but get some of those back up 3 minutes, or
Mhm.
TLC and Ferguson, and I could see that one for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that you look at those 3 as the ones that I would say are going to be your primary.
Yeah. So
when you
those
look
are
at
those are your top 3. And how would you rank them?
How would I rank them in my mind?
I mean, that's the only
That's what
place that we can
sucks.
rank
Like,
them.
yeah, but I'm like who? The difference is like I think you're right on minutes. I think it'd be Ferguson.
And
I'd
then
like
it
to
could
see
be pretty
TLC
close
then
between.
Abrinas.
It'd be close between those 2. It just depends on what Luwawu can do.
Can
I
I
don't know.
say I don't know why we're assuming that Luwawu will be like good, because he wasn't that good last year, and
I don't-
he got a lot of
Okay, here's where I land on this. He did play for the Sixers. It was inconsistent, but the Thunder had to get a guy off the scrap heap in Corey Brewer to come in and play.
yeah.
And so how good do you have to be to play on the wing for the
I
Thunder?
mean, Corey Brewer. It's pretty easy to say Corey Brewer was going to be better for this team than Luwawu would have been, though, if you're comparing the 2.
as far as
I mean, just from
Yeah, you look at Corey Brewer's numbers for the Lakers. Like
hey,
there is
who
nothing
has a
like,
guaranteed contract for next year? Corey Brewer or Luwawu?
I get that, but how much of that is based on age?
I don't know.
for sure.
Like all of it.
And I think all of these conversations change as well if
Corey Brewer is supposed to be in his prime.
he's 30, right? Yeah.
So
Is he 30?
I'm just saying.
I mean, Corey
He's the same
Brewer
age
was.
as, the same age as Al Horford.
I'm just saying it doesn't take a
and
whole lot.
Jokic.
It doesn't take a whole lot to be able to come in and contribute from the wing. I mean, they tried Josh Hustis all season. Another guy who does not have an NBA contract
Yeah.
for next year and probably won't. I mean, you haven't heard anything about him.
No, it's kind of sad.
And so
It's not that sad. It's very predictable. I'm glad
It
you guys
was.
are.
I'm just
accepting
saying.
No, no, no,
reality.
I'm
just-
just saying with TLC,
I just like
with
Josh.
with Jason.
You guys like Josh?
I like Josh a lot. With Jason Waterfalls,
Yes.
it just doesn't take. It's not going to take a whole lot for Jason to get minutes.
Yeah.
That's Timothy Wuawu Coverall.
Well, and I think there's also that part of it that I like Timmy Carrots.
Oh, I don't. That makes me just want to leave
Timmy
here.
Carrots.
Timmy Carrots is a very frightening cartoon character. I'm Timmy
So,
Carrots.
Is that like salad fingers?
Very salad
think of
fingers.
the-
yeah.
I think of the Thunder. I think there's also the element of what is Dre like when he comes back.
Right.
Like,
He's
are
gonna
they
be
going to be
good.
more conservative? Like, are they?
They're gonna be good.
I don't know. Like, there's a chance
Yeah.
that they could hold him out for the first month of the season just to get him in full health, and
Right.
then that whole dynamic changes. I
So
think
what? So you
don't
just don't think that Jason TLC can play? Is that what
I
you're
just
saying?
don't think he's gonna be that. I think it's we're talking about him very positively, and I don't understand why. I guess because he played a lot last year, or he got a lot of opportunity last year, and he just wasn't very good. And also, I like to struck the rusty spoon.
The rusty spoons.
Oh my god.
He's a wing with potential, and that's something the Thunder really haven't had in a long time, outside of Ferguson last year. And so that's I think you can talk positively about him just for that reason. He was a first round pick. He's still on a rookie scale deal.
Yeah, and he might end up being good.
Here's what I know about you, Taylor, is that guys on the Sixers that get traded to the Thunder, you just don't believe in them.
That's true. Also, I gotta see it before I believe it.
So
And if I've only seen you be bad, you are bad
how
in
much
my mind.
how much
I
of
feel
him
like
did you
that-
watch though?
How much what?
How much TLC did you watch last year?
Well, I watched him. He played when we played them. I think he played in both games that OKC played him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't that good. And then I just looked at stats and stuff.
That's 2 games that you watched. And
Well,
stuff.
and stats, yeah.
And stuff.
But like, I mean, you know, if someone is not good on a team because he's not playing, and you can look at their stats, and you can look at how their fans talk about them on
A guy
Twitter.
that's that young, I just don't know how you know.
I don't know how you. No, that's all I'm saying. Is I don't. How do you know he's gonna be good?
Because I just know. I just saw his face.
That was Josh Eustace for 3 years.
I actually
this-
think that Josh
this
could
guy's
play on a
already
team.
proved.
We are just gonna say I think Josh Eustace could play
I think he could.
forever, and he's not gonna like
I
play in
think-
the NBA
I
ever
know.
again.
I'm just saying. I like him as a man. He shot 34% from 3 last year.
Timothy,
That's better. That's so much better than everybody else.
that
on
is
the
better. And now I'm on the Timothy train.
He took-
That's all
welcome.
it takes. That's all it takes.
Toot toot.
Timothy train.
He also shot
All
37% from the field, which is not great.
Oh yeah. He also is a
All
big old
aboard.
flailer. He flails a lot.
80% from the
He's
free throw
Euro,
line.
man.
80% from the line.
That's
That's
good.
that's
good.
where
That's good. That's
the
good.
Thunder have brought in TLC, and you have
Even Nader, like you have
Nader
guys that could potentially actually stay on the floor.
and make free throws. Remember how
Yeah.
bad free throws were last year for the
Awful.
Thunder?
Ooh,
That's another thing
I
that
mean, they lost. They
started.
lost 10 games because of free throws.
little wing.
It was
Here
terrible.
is our next Twitter question. It comes from @Austin Wolch, who wants to know: would the Thunder be the best team in the East?
Boston,
Toronto.
Philly, Oklahoma City. I think they're in there. I think-
Really?
No, I was not ranking them necessarily. I think Boston.
85% from the line for Schroeder. We need him to be
Ooh, that's pretty good.
a good free throw Schroeder.
I think Boston's the only one that I would say. I would probably say are as good or better than the Thunder. Depending. I mean, this is all betting that everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
Hayward doesn't go down in the first 5 minutes of the season.
And they made the conference finals last year. The Thunder didn't get past the first round.
And
So-
they have the best coach
God,
in the
but
freaking NBA.
I also
But they were in the. But that's what they're saying. They'd be in the East. So that,
I think Boston
That's
would
different.
be better than OKC.
Yeah,
I
in
think
the East.
Boston and Toronto could be better than OKC. But the Thunder
the
have
best version of Toronto for sure.
Yeah.
man, Toronto. Remember how good they were in the regular season?
You remember the
last
time
year?
the Thunder beat them twice in the regular
It was
season last year?
awesome. Remember how good we felt after they beat
They're
them?
like, this is it. They
That's good.
Thunder figured it
I
out.
basically did an emergency podcast after they beat the
Right.
Raptors because we felt so good about
But that game at home where Adams like dunked so hard on Jonas Valanciunas. Do you remember that
That
one?
was nice. Yeah.
This is the only time he's ever actually showed like emotions after he dunked on somebody.
Yeah. that was
Everyone
great.
hates Jonas, man.
I don't hate him.
No, Jay. You didn't
Everyone-
hear. I was stating a rule. Everyone
Everyone.
hates Jonas.
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 I was watching
My
that.
name
I was watching
is
that at the
Jonas.
Jones Assembly.
Okay, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @KMartinUSA, who wants to know, where's Mr. Thunder now? Will he have a job with OKC? Does he want one? Always thought he'd stick around in some capacity, but I haven't heard anything.
We're talking about
Mr.
Nick.
Thunder?
We're
Nick
talking about Nick
Collison.
Nick
Collison.
Collison.
It seems from everything I've heard is that he's going to, not that I've heard anything other than watching.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
From my conversations with him.
Sources close to Jay say
He is I mean, he's going to take, from what he said, is he's going to take at least the next year or two to go and just be at home with his family, be with his, I think
that
he's
he
got
grows a
daughter
full
and
beard
kids.
like David Letterman.
So that's what he's going to do. He may come back to this organization. I could see Sam bringing him on in some capacity at some point, but
He's just going to go be a millionaire dad.
Oh man, that's my dream.
God, he's gonna drink.
you would
so much
100%
coffee.
watch that TV show.
Nick Collison, millionaire
It's
dad.
Nick Collison, a millionaire dad.
Nice jingle, Jay. This is Jingle Jay.
That's what I do on the side. Anyway, so that's what's going on with him.
Huh, okay, cool. Guys, next Twitter question comes from @Kev_VH, who wants to know or says that OKC is one of the few teams left without a company logo on their uniform. What companies could fill that spot?
We talked about this in the past.
It sucks because the number
Just not
one,
an oil
the
company.
number one that it should be and it can't be is Sonic.
Sonic.
Because of Supersonics. They just won't do it, and they should.
They might do it.
No, what?
I think they should do it.
Do you know anything? You don't know anything. You don't
Do
know
you?
anything, Andrew. Whatever, man.
I think
Get
they
outta
should
here.
do it. I think they should do it.
I think that
It'll probably be Chesapeake.
No,
Again.
we'll definitely not.
you
be
know what?
Chesapeake.
You know what? It actually.
Devin would be the
Devin.
better. Yeah.
You know what? It actually. I think it. I don't think it will be any of them because how
Yeah.
do they? How do they? It's like picking a favorite child. They have so many corporate sponsors that are oil and gas companies. You
Sure.
can't pick
And
one.
banks.
I think that
Loves.
they pick Loves.
Loves.
I
Yeah.
think they pick Loves.
It
No,
could
that
be.
lady's crazy. She yells at everyone.
So that's why they like
So?
her.
Oh
I think
God,
they do
can you
loves.
imagine what that guy takes at home? Oh man,
Yeah,
I bet
I
they do-
think
I think
Loves.
they
I
do
think he
Loves.
does okay.
Brahms. That would be awesome.
Brahms does make everything better.
Everything. NBA jerseys. Make them better.
I would prefer Loves though.
I hate Brahms so much.
You hate it?
I
Get
love
out of
their ice cream, man, but I just the whole concept, like they're all of their design. I'm like, please, please
it's
get
in-
new pictures.
It's
of your stuff.
endearing.
It's
endearing.
80. It's like
It's
80s.
great.
It's retro.
They're trying to. My
It's
favorite thing about
endearing.
Brahms right now is they're trying to sell everybody on like the health of their milkshakes. Do you notice that? Like,
No.
hey,
I-
get this combo meal with the milkshake. It's got 23 grams of protein in it. It's
That's
like, yeah,
hilarious.
That's. Have you not seen those?
Okay.
No,
Go
that
to
is
Brahms and look at the
hilarious.
signs that are like 23 grams of protein in this meal. You're like, in 5 billion carbohydrates and sugar.
I haven't.
grams.
I haven't been to Brahms, and I want to say 10 years. How I'm an Andy's frozen custard guy.
Hey, can I make a super unpopular opinion?
Me too.
And I'm gonna have Andy's
so good.
so good. I did the key lime
Oh.
concrete the other day, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so good.
Oh yeah.
So, real unpopular opinion.
What?
So I went over. You know where they were gonna put that Brahms over on Collison?
Yeah.
I drove by that area the other day. It is more disgusting than a Brahms.
But
Yeah.
it's always looked like
But
that.
listen, it's got history.
it's got history.
Come on, Jay.
Like, it is awful.
I don't know how many times you've seen my Facebook page, but I have so many posts about that area.
What do
Do
they
you,
call it?
do you really?
No, go on to the next question.
What?
Just trying to get you to move on.
I know what's gonna be the patch. The Little Ark, which is Nina Westbrook's new store.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I'm
That's
actually happy that they
it's a
didn't.
patch. Is her?
I'm
The Little Ark.
I'm happy that they're not putting the Brahms there because instead they're putting it right next to my house.
Oh
They're
yeah, that's
tearing
great.
down a terrible like little strip mall. and
Hey,
putting in a
you
Brahms.
gotta give a shout out to the milk at Brahms though.
Shout out to the milk at Brahms.
literally hands down best milk.
It's great.
The only
milk.
thing that annoys me about their milk is the little pull cap. Like, once you get through the first cap, you have to like. And you have to
Yeah.
get a knife.
All right, Jay's muted.
That's how you
Let's
know
go.
it's
Come on.
good. That's
You
how you
think-
know it's good.
You have to get
It's quality.
Sometimes you have to get a knife to get through it.
You never have to get a knife.
You think-
Oh, sometimes.
Ever have I ever had to get a knife to get
You
through
think the milk is good? You gotta see those udders.
it? Oh my god.
Goodness.
Those
Taylor-
are
Hey,
amazing.
you know what?
Taylor-
You can go see the udders You can get a tour.
Tuttle,
my-
Oklahoma.
Go to Tuttle. The tour.
Can I suck milk straight from those udders?
Wow, are you trying to get muted
Yes,
right
he
now?
hasn't been muted. He hasn't muted yet in this podcast.
I know.
And
Little
he's
wiener.
and he's talking about
Taylor's turning into Tom Green.
and he's talking
Yeah.
about sucking milk
Tom
straight from cows' udders.
I know.
And he keeps saying "little winger," trying to make it sound like something.
Move on.
Yeah.
Next Twitter
Please.
Quit
question.
telling on me.
It
I'm
comes
here.
from at
Just
Johnny
tell him.
Ho 34, who wants to know: would you rather go to Steve's golf tournament, PG's fishing tournament, or Russ's bowling tournament, and why? My answer is Russ's bowling tournament because I think out of those three, it's the one that I have the chance to do the best.
I'm absolutely with you. And they're all there.
I mean,
Like it's right before season starts. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
a half a mile from my house, number 2. So I could walk there,
there you
which
go.
is nice.
Yeah, and it's,
I can't
and
walk
it's-
a lot of places.
and it's sweaty once
Yeah.
you get there.
The other thing is like I'm not good at golf, although it is. I think it's in New Zealand,
Yeah.
which dang.
Beautiful.
That's
Beautiful.
a big perk. That's why I would do
It
it.
really
I don't.
is.
I have played golf when I was like 15 one time, and I was horrible. And I was
My
like,
clubs,
nope.
my clubs are in my attic now. That's how much I play.
Here's the other thing: is Paul George's fishing tournament. I don't know if fishing really has skill to it, and it's not.
Oh,
luck.
you are so wrong.
It's 95% what the fish wants. and
You are
where it's
so wrong.
My
Am
deal
I
with
wrong?
fish.
You're
My deal with
absolutely
fishing
wrong.
is what am I going to do whenever I'm with Russell Westbrook and Paul George and I pull in a fish and I'm like, oh, somebody get it off the hook. I don't want to touch it.
Oh, I got finned.
It's slimy.
So the thing is, about 1 out of every 10 bowling games, I
Start
can put
weeping.
up a
Please
respectable
take it
bowling game.
off.
Yeah.
1 out of every 10 bowling games, I have a respectable score.
Yeah, yeah. What's a respectable score for you?
Yeah, I can get up in the high 100s.
Yeah.
See, I just want the trip to New Zealand and to hang out
For
with
real.
Steve. And he would be like, "You came from Oklahoma?" I'd be like,
Yep.
"Yeah." He'd be like, "Wow, like you're my best friend
Yeah,
now."
but every golf
That's
shot you
swaying
hit,
me.
he's just like, oh,
Oh,
brother.
Steve's
I
not
wouldn't
very good
play.
at
I'd
golf
be a
either.
caddy. I'd just be caddy.
Oh yeah.
No, but
I
this,
don't
that's
don't
not.
want to do that.
I don't think
Oh.
Steve is like. I don't think Steve's
He's not a
golf.
scratch golfer. He does golf. I've seen videos.
He does?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he's
He takes
practiced
lessons
for
and
the
stuff, yeah.
tournament. Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to go to New Zealand,
Yeah,
and you know how great it is.
it is great, and Steve in New Zealand's even
Okay.
better.
Next Twitter
You could have
question
done all that in an accent too.
I did do all of that in real life.
comes from at Bangelope. She wants to know favorite chip flavor.
Favorite shit flavor.
Wow.
What?
What is wrong with you?
Okay, favorite chip
I'm gonna have
flavor.
to, seriously, I'm gonna have to mute that.
Beep. Lay it on me.
51.
I
minutes.
love Parmesan garlic,
Ew.
What flavor?
That's
like
not a
pita
chip.
chips. Pita chips.
That's a. I guess
No, chip
Gross.
flavor,
it's
Jay.
technically
Mute flavor.
I guess
Sour
technically
cream
it's
and
a chip.
sour cream and onion. Then
That's more offensive than.
Yeah, that's gross.
Sour cream and onion is good though.
Hey,
Sour cream
so
and onion.
Doritos have a purple bag.
Yeah.
Sweet spicy chili.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no,
the best.
I thought
Not
it was
Blaze.
Spicy nacho.
No, sweet.
That's what I thought purple was.
That's a dark red, bro.
are you
I
an
know.
idiot? Do you even
Sorry.
like Doritos?
Get your life together, Luke.
Sorry, it's been a long time.
No, it's a purple bag, sweet spicy chili. If you ever see it, just
Yeah.
grab it. You'll thank me later.
It's hard. You know what's good all the time? The Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
They're
yeah.
great, man. Sun
Yeah.
chips are
They're
good.
really
Do
good.
you remember when they had the biodegradable bag, but it was louder?
Oh, it's so
and
loud.
it was so
You
bad
could never take it into class.
that they switched back to the
They're like,
the bad
screw
bag.
the environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People are annoyed.
like, this is the loudest chip bag on the planet.
So-
we can't
it
eat
was
it in
bad.
class.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Chips are like cereal in the
Okay.
sense that I probably could eat any chip
With milk.
Yeah.
in a bowl with milk.
Oh,
With-
yeah.
and a spoon.
There you go.
Do you guys eat Doritos with milk?
Have you tried it?
Have you guys tried it though?
Like,
should
don't
try it.
knock it till you try
I
it.
used to
Don't knock it
hate.
till you try
I
it.
used to hate salt and vinegar chips.
Oh, they're
love
so
them.
good.
Love it.
Oh, you know what I really
Jalapeno
like?
chips, love them.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, that's my
kettle
favorite.
cooked, kettle.
Give me the
Oh.
kettle cooked jalapeno chips.
Yes.
every
That's
day.
my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite flavor.
Yes. Yeah, I'll put it in my butt.
But God, oh my goodness, Taylor is now unplugged. He's not muted. He's unplugged. He's not coming back. That was Taylor. His last hurrah on today's
Wow,
podcast.
I was really trying to not mute you today, but you're just. I'm gonna have to go back and edit so much of this.
Okay.
I might edit out everything you say throughout the whole show.
all right.
I've become addicted to
Ah, day's gone too. Taylor.
Just Luke and Andrew Pod.
All right, here we go. Okay, now let's do our next Twitter question. Comes from at
Jay, you made a big mistake.
Remard.
You
He
made a
wants
big
to
mistake.
know, when does a nap become a sleep?
I think if after like 6 p.m.
I would say it has to be after 9.
After 9.
After 9. That's when if you're sleeping after 9, it's a sleep.
Why would you sleep? Okay, when do you take naps?
You nap during the day and you sleep at night.
Yeah.
That's my division.
I think there's a time.
That's what I think.
I think over 2 hours sleep.
I don't believe that. I take 3-hour naps all the time.
Wow.
God.
I don't even know if I ever have.
I have.
2 hours.
I don't feel like I ever
maximum.
have.
I think I've
Sometimes you
ever
come
taken
home
a
from
nap.
work and you're just like, oh man, it looks pretty good.
I had a power
Not
nap the
bad.
other day, 20 minutes. It was good.
Yeah. You know what I do? If I'm coming home after work and I'm about to take a nap, that's sleep. Because I'm not waking up till the next morning. Because I don't get home at 6 and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go get in bed. Like we're in different life.
Okay, here's my here's this.
Yeah.
Here's this.
No, he'll go to Arby's.
If I'm
Wake up at 9, go to Arby's.
if I'm in my bed under the covers, it's a sleep. But if I'm on top of the covers, it's a nap.
You'll sleep for 3 hours on top of your covers?
Yeah. Yes, I did this week. I did on Tuesday. Guess
Wow.
what? It felt great. Then I got up at about 9, hung out and did.
I got up at 9.
In your work clothes and like.
Wow.
Still, no, I changed out my work clothes. I'm not a psycho.
And when did you go to
Excellent.
bed? At like 3 o'clock?
Midnight, surely.
Midnight.
Wow. Taylor, you know what? I want to mute
Taylor's
your
out.
life.
Taylor's
So he's
out.
getting in.
Yep.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
Jay, you
I
cannot
forgot.
do
I
this.
forgot.
All right,
I forgot.
guys.
See, dude.
I have one more question, but before I ask you guys that question, I want to talk to you about Oklahoma Shirt Company. They're great. They make, if you're wearing a Down to Dunk shirt, Paul George chicken fried rice, Sam Presti, Scared Money Don't Make None. Those are Oklahoma Shirt Company shirts.
Scared money don't make none.
They are great. If you have them, you know the quality we're talking about. You know the printing quality and the design work. Oh, man. Everything about them, great. And take it.
Go on.
And if you have, a church group, a baseball team, and anything, a bachelorette party, guess what? You can make some shirts with them.
And you should.
And you should. They got great prices. They got great people to work with, and everyone will be so happy with the result. Every time we've ever gone to them, they're instantly top of the pile of shirts I grab for. Like, I'm gonna wear this all
Every
the time.
time. Seriously.
Like
That's
the
true.
top 3 shirts I wear are Oklahoma Shirt Company shirts.
They're
They're great.
wonderful.
And it looks like I think we're gonna have some shirts available for you guys soon. We'll have some
Very soon.
announcements coming.
Yes.
We'll get word to you about that soon. But they're gonna be Oklahoma Shirt Company because
Hopefully
we
today.
wouldn't go anywhere else. They're the best. Support those that support us. They support us. They also have Shirt of the Month Club.
Mhm.
$10 a month, Oklahoma themed shirt every month. Get it. They also have Texas themed, Kansas themes, other state themes. You got to check them out. They're great. Some great, cool shirts. And we gave away some at our last live pod. And one of the people that gave away some shirts and one of the people that got them texted me and said, these are my now 4 favorite shirts. These are the
Easily.
best. I love them. The designs, the quality, everything. I wear them all the time.
They're good.
So support those that support us. And I have one more question for you. And it is this. Are you miffed? Are you peeved?
Miffed and peeved.
I'm miffed and peeved, guys.
Mhm.
I'm getting my bathroom redone.
Oh, you are.
I know. It's going to be very exciting.
Wow.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Did you text that to us and I just didn't know it?
Perhaps I did.
Yeah.
Because
No, we talked about it last week.
but I don't
The
think we talked
bathroom?
about it. I don't think we talked about it on the pod.
Because he couldn't go to the bathroom because his toilet was missing.
That's what I'm going to talk about. Is I don't have a
Oh.
working toilet or shower.
Oh.
And
Can you-
so
Is there a hole in the ground you could poop in?
no, they covered up because I think it smells really bad.
Oh, I'm sure it
'Cause
does.
it's just
What,
open
the hole in the
sewer.
ground that you poop in?
Yeah. So
Why would that smell?
Surprise.
so I'm having to use the bathroom
Still not in yet.
in the backyard. And
No.
Just a
or-
one.
Just a number 1 or a number 2. I go to my neighborhood Walgreens.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, where
And
do you
so-
shower?
Well,
Walgreens.
No. I
You just spritz it up to your face
I
from
can go. I have my brother's house. I have my parents' house.
Oh yeah,
Last weekend I went swimming. That's sort of a shower, and
Yeah.
then I'm taking sort of sponge baths in my kitchen sink. That kind of depend, and it's just very. You don't realize how much you miss a toilet in a shower. until you have one.
Yeah, it's hard to think about redoing a bathroom when it's your only bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do it.
Like that's a
When-
game changer.
So when is this going to be done?
That's my other rift and peeve. I thought by now it'd be done.
Yeah.
This is number 2 weekend
Wow.
without functioning bathroom, and I
Wow.
thought it'd be done. It's not. It looks like I got it out another week, but I'm bracing myself for 2 more weeks.
So what kind of shower? What kind
Same
of
shower.
setup?
Same shower, same setup.
Okay.
Just new
tile?
floor, tile. Oh, it's good look. It's good look. It's good look.
I'm excited for you. That's
It's gonna
good.
look great. I got to go to the tile store.
Are you getting a bigger toilet?
No, same toilet, exact same toilet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you'd go bigger.
I don't know. I mean, no, no.
Just from my experience.
No,
Felt like
good size toilet. Good toilet.
I want one that's like 4 feet off the ground, to where I basically
Just
like
your
sit on
legs-
like a stool.
You want legs dangling?
Yeah,
That's not good.
I want
That's
to feel like a kid.
That's not good position. Like the squatty
I've
potty.
tried. I've got a
you're
squatty
supposed
potty.
to
I
have
tried
your
it.
legs
It doesn't
higher
actually
up.
work.
But
I disagree.
Mine. I'm long enough to where any normal toilet is like a squatty potty to me.
Well,
Okay.
that's
So I've never had a problem.
Hey.
Okay,
Jay, come on now.
don't do it. Don't do it.
I've never used a squatty potty, and I've known about them for going on 15 years, and
Yeah.
I want to use one so
Going on
bad,
15 years.
but it's not like when you see one at a friend's house, you're like, "Hey man, you got a squatty potty? Can I come over here tomorrow at about 10 in the morning? That'd be great." You can't. It's hard.
Hey man, I'll
You
put it in my
could.
guest bathroom. You can use
really?
it one time a year.
Ooh, next weekend.
I'll bring it.
Next
Not
weekend.
next weekend. You can come Friday during the
No,
podcast.
I'll come tomorrow or Sunday. I don't got a toilet.
You have an hour and a half range. If
Come
you drive
over.
to my house, go to the bathroom.
Okay,
I'll let
I'm
you.
here, and it's an emergency.
Quit the squatty potty. Yesterday, my son was outside just throwing the ball with my dog, and he got stung 3 times. He was just it was terrible. I was so miffed that these things existed, and I murdered all of them, all of those guys.
Man,
But it was terrible.
They're the worst.
He got stung in the back of his neck, on his hand, because he was like trying to
Yeah,
swat it away.
Yep.
On his hand, and then another time like on the side mid neck area.
Oh man.
So
It's
Andrew
terrible.
Andrew killed the whole nest and then has them impaled on a spike in his backyard as a warning to the others.
That's right.
Don't screw with my
I wish
children.
I've always wished that there was bug news to where they would know like bug. This is
Suburban man murders hornet family.
millions of ants killed at the Schlecht household. Don't go to the Schlecht house because
know.
you will die.
Yeah, just your
That's-
warning.
I just need bug news
Yeah,
to
that's
keep
good.
them all away.
Man, that's so you just want to be renowned bug murderer.
Yeah, just stay away.
Like,
Spiders.
Hey, this guy. keeps
3
gonna-
spiders went to the Schlecht house this week, all killed dead.
Yeah,
That's what I want. I want bug news.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I got to start early. My Mifflin peeps are so bad. I need to be the first one to go.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah, guys. Hey, I'll see you guys later.
Weird.
Scared money don't make none.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench. With me?
Bang bang. Bang bang. Scared money don't make none. Bang bang. Bang bang. Scared money don't make none.
No, nothing.